113th meeting of the Equal Employment Practices Commission on September 28, 2017 at 20:10. Can someone please vote to approve the minutes of August 17th, 2017?
I move that we approve the minutes of August 17, 2017.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved.
Okay, good morning, Commissioners. For the audit status report, I'll let you know that EPC, we have just about completed the audit section of our annual audit plan. We have one agency which is outstanding, that is a New York City Housing Authority. We've issued a preliminary determination. The agency replied to the preliminary determination, and we are in the process of developing and finalizing the EPC's final determination, which includes and incorporates the agency's response to the final determination. So that resolution, that determination will be issued before the next commission meeting, and the resolution will be for your signature at the next commission meeting tonight. So in terms of, we have two final determinations, two agencies with final determination resolutions for your signature, for your vote, and these are the Department of Transportation and the Department of Environmental Protection.
I will entertain a vote to approve these final determinations.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 2017/213-841, Department of Transportation, and Resolution 17/213-826, Department of Environmental Protection are approved by the Commission.
So for the report on status of compliance monitoring, Jennifer.
Do you want me to just circulate things? or-
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you circulate them and then tell us what we're looking at?
How I organize myself.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And this is what I call the compliance plan, my workflow sheet, which, as you can see by the columns, gives agency the corrective actions, total and number pending. And they're organized by compliance period, so we can look at which agencies are most urgent, which are our priorities. The compliance period that's coming up sooner listed first. Underutilization is listed if they have any, and just the EEO contacts for my convenience. And just overall statistics, I think as you've heard from Judith, there are 20, not including the community boards, the 14 community boards, there are 20 agencies that we've audited. 19 of them have entered the compliance period. NYCHA, as you heard, has a final determination still pending. I believe, though, we will have that out this week so that all 20 agencies will then be in compliance. Of those agencies, we had full compliance with oath, Office of Administrative Trials and Hearings. Today, we have full compliance with the Law Department. By next commission meeting, we will have full compliance with the Department for the Aged. We didn't get their agency-wide memo in time, so that's why we don't have it here. so, we definitely have 3 agencies that will be in compliance. There, I would say there are some at-risk agencies that may not be, in compliance by the end of their 6-month period. The first compliance period that will be ending will be November 30th. And, I would say of those 3 coming to an end, the Office of Special Narcotics still has 11 corrective actions pending. They're aware of the November 30th due date, and we're in compliance with them. I mean, we're in communication with them regularly. It's we talk to them a lot. So, but despite that, there is still outstanding corrective actions. So we'll see how that develops. The 2 others at risk are the,
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
On, looks like page 4, and you're not that far yet.
yeah,
But you say unknown statistics not collected, unknown statistics not collected.
Oh,
What does
yes.
that mean?
That's, well, yeah, the Board of Education and Retirement System and the Department of Education are both at risk because they don't have SEEDS data. They don't collect underutilization data that we know of. And it's really impossible to do the recruitment and assessment selection standards without that data.
Why do they not collect it, and what do they tell you why they don't collect it?
We have asked them, we have suggested that the Board of Education is so large, it must be someone doing data analysis there, and they just say they don't know. We have provided with
When
them,
they say they don't know, has anybody gone to the commission?
well, maybe we should discuss that, yeah.
Should go to the head of the board?
Yeah.
I mean, it may well be that the person is telling you the truth, but somewhere buried in the depths of the entity, there must be somebody doing something.
Yeah,
Actually,
we can discuss that.
Yeah, the compliance and the analysts, they are dealing with the agency directly on these issues and providing them assistance so that they can, one, get more information, as well as support the agency to reach those goals. So it's still being worked on. Yeah, yeah.
So no, okay, so if you don't think there's anything we should do more, we can
Yeah.
probe further. But, yeah, I mean, especially the Department of Education is so huge, I know they have to be somewhat data, they must have a whole department of people doing statistics just to meet their EEO requirements, just to fill out an EEO-4 form. But according to the HR and EEO departments, they have no information on any data of whether they're having underutilization in any of their job groups or titles. In fact, we had to explain carefully what that was, what we
Well, how
meant.
does that meld with
Mhm.
the exploring occupational segregation, where we show the difference between teachers, male and female?
Okay.
Is that just a different job title, and that's why we know what teachers are, and we don't know what the rest is?
What I will tell you is that EPC's jurisdiction to audit is only for non-pedagogical employees
That's right.
of
Right.
the Department of Education. And so those statistics would not, and the
No, I
source of those
understand, but
statistics.
if they have statistics on
considered-
teachers, but if they have statistics on teachers, then how can they not have statistics on non-pedagogue, is my question.
Well,
Or where did this come from, is
Well,
a better
well, I
question.
mean, we are certain that to some extent the agency is maintaining statistics. They manage to pay everyone, they manage to keep track of everyone. So, however, in the compliance process, what is going on in the months that are, they have, like Janet has been having conference calls with the agencies to explore these issues, and so, and helping the agency to find the answers. So, and that's what happens, and that's what you're doing in compliance, helping the agency to find the answers. So, yeah, I'm not,
It
I mean,
just-
because
it
we're
just-
not, I guess, I'm saying, we're actually not going to come to the answer here. I mean, but they're working on it.
Judith, I didn't ask, I
Yeah.
just said it's, to me, an inherent conflict. So we
Yeah.
have, for this report, the ability to know the difference between male and female in
Right.
jobs.
Yeah,
Therefore, there must be, for this other title, the same capacity within the department to tell us the answer on this question. You can't be half pregnant.
Well, this is not the first time we're auditing the DOE, so what did they do the last
Yeah,
time we audited them? Did they also give us the same response?
I don't think we asked the same question.
no, we did not.
Okay.
The last audit of the DOE was a comprehensive audit, and even though we did look at their workforce, we did not ask the depth or focus of question that we ask now in these audits.
This is underutilization, we didn't look at it, this is the new one.
Right, right, yeah.
Yeah, and I think they do have workforce data for non-pedagogical employees. What I think they don't, might not have, is comparison of availability in the workforce out there. We have sent them two things. I sent them information on 80% rule, 4/5 rule, which is a rule of thumb about underutilization. That's it's a sort of a ratio of how many within each protected class you hire, those you interview. It's such a huge agency, I don't know if that would be practical. We also sent our we didn't send this, we said that our DCAS data of workforce availability, we can send them, but you need a statistician to then use that data. In other words, we have availability in the workforce in the New York City area of each job group. But then you have to do your Z test and other things like that on it. So we can offer that to them with the disclaimers that DCAS collects this and they do the best they can. No database is perfect. But you have to know what to do with the data. So we've done that so far. We haven't heard back yet. So the communication is ongoing. The other issue with the Department of Education, they don't appear to have any performance evaluation program for the non-pedagogical employees.
They don't have a pedagogic either, so what difference does it make?
Well, it's so, and that also, I mean, there's some, as you know, there's some corrective actions that can be done readily. Put the tagline at the end of each job posting or things like that, appoint a career counselor. To set up a performance evaluation program, it takes a bit of work. So they have those two strikes against them. They said they have job descriptions, but they don't evaluate anyone. Yeah. So
But
that's.
are they interested in implementing that over time? Like-
But yet they're,
Okay,
there's,
they talk well.
yes, with long hesitations, but I don't, their compliance period ends January 2018, but I don't know, this is, they have
Good
to
luck.
build a program on two levels. So, we'll see. So the Department of Education is a challenge, and we will work with them. The other one, which
So
is,
it's,
yeah.
the number on your left, just so we're talking, we're looking at 836 employees
Right,
that are covered.
non-pedagogical, right?
Non-pedagogical,
Mhm.
and right now, as best we know, there is no evaluation program in Pioneer.
That's what they
So,
say, they have
so
jobs.
we, we who are the largest employer in the city of New York, this is, I think, not the largest unit, but a substantial unit within that, in which we have no evaluations for performance.
That is what they tell us.
Wow.
Pretty interesting, I think.
I don't think it's true, but go ahead.
Well, and
Yeah.
actually I wanted to interject that often what we find is that we ask a question, agencies say, I don't know, no, we don't do that. But as we probe and get further in, it turns out that they are doing something substantially in the realm, but it's not formalized, or the documentation is so decentralized that the central person we're speaking to is unaware. I mean, so.
Judith, how do you promote if you don't evaluate?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that's why there's a good possibility that there is some evaluation processes going on, and they may be irregular, and they may be, scattered. And so what our role is to help the agency find it, for us,
Systematize it.
Yes, exactly. So it may be a total of 23,000 free for all, but it's hard to believe that. So,
It could be only 12,000 people.
right, so more likely than not, there are, people are working there, people have been promoted, people have been there. So
But it may be subjective.
Yeah, so the thing is that it's a matter of systematization, assisting
Yeah.
them to,
And there's multiple departments within this very big agency,
Yes,
so
right.
some
That's true.
departments will be better than others. And
Exactly.
across the agency, they may not have, but like you said, a centralized, systematized process for doing it. So that's what we need to uncover.
Right, yes, exactly.
And there,
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry to have taken you out of your presentation, but I just didn't understand what it meant.
well, I also want to make a point that with the Department of Education, we are talking to these three people, and it's three people who are consistently saying, no, we don't do that, or no, we don't have that. They're currently hiring over 100, they have over 100 vacancies. I mean, it's a very busy, active non-pedagogical department. So the recruitment and selection standards are.
Another dumb question, really, is, are the teachers' aides in this number or in the pedagogic number?
I think
They're in this one, I believe.
the para, I don't
Yeah.
know. The teachers, the para.
Paraprofessionals are not
Yeah.
covered by the union, so they're here.
They're in here.
They're here.
Okay.
It's not whether they're covered by the union, but whether they're considered pedagogical employees. No, so,
When I
and
say
meaning,
professional,
and,
I don't believe that they're considered educational employees, so.
Okay.
So that could explain the hiring
Mhm.
of teachers' aides. Anyway,
Yeah.
I too am hard pressed to believe there aren't some evaluations somewhere, but who knows?
Yeah, it's a matter of engaging them to get more information for them, as Judith said, probing to.
Is there a
get them.
head of the teachers' aid group?
Well,
Is there somebody in charge of them?
I'm just learning now that maybe teachers' aides might be considered non-pedagogical. I'm just thinking for the first time.
But if they
You should definitely double check it, but I did not think that they were considered pedagogical.
If
Okay.
they are, then there must be someone there who's in charge, I'm trying to just think of another way of you're getting your answer. And I do think there probably are some evaluations somewhere in here. But so that's an entity or a group that would be evaluated. You're not gonna put someone in a classroom
Yeah.
and not evaluate whether they can, and then look at how they're performing and pull them out if they're doing something wrong, maybe.
And-
Back to your presentation.
Well, a related agency is the Board of Education Retirement System. This is the agency, they just gave us a lot of documents that we haven't had time to review just yet. So they may have implemented some of their 20 corrective actions. I sense that they have, but it's still a lot of corrective actions. They too, now this is the agency that all new HR and EEO people, and they have no files on any EEO program from before, so they're starting from scratch. And we are helping them with that, but again, they don't know or they're not sure if they collect underutilization data or if they can go to the Department of Education to share that data. They say they share some things with the Department of Education and some resources and others they don't, they're not sure which. So we're in discussion with them about that. They also don't have performance evaluations that they know of. Again, these are all new people, so we have to probe.
But you're looking at a much smaller group of people, you're looking at
Yes.
77 as opposed to 23,000, and you're looking at a different role.
Yeah, so that should be more manageable.
Yeah.
But with a number of corrective actions, they're in the same compliance period, ending January 31st, 2018. So that's another agency we'll be in touch with regularly and get to know very well. The other thing about the Board of Education retirement system, another issue in terms of compliance in general, is that DCAS, if you recall, the EEO training professionals program was normally a 5-day program where they included everything, including complaint processing. Well, they decided to do a la carte. They're not offering that anymore. What they have is a training calendar giving it at different times, the LGBT, building inclusive culture, disability, conflict resolution, structured interviewing, reasonable accommodations. All these are on various different dates. The complaint and processing, what they call the EEO investigative intensive, is going to be 2 days, all day, November 1st and November 2nd. They just scheduled it. I don't even have a course offering. I'm not even sure that they advised all the agencies yet. But we have 10 agencies that haven't, that need to either update or give their EEO professionals a full range of training. And if they can't meet this, especially this November 1st and 2nd deadline, it just is less convenient scheduling wise that they have to take, 7 or 8 different classes at different times. We have to register separately. So we might run into some difficulties with those, with implementing that. And of course,
So the teacher's retirement, these people have not gone through that process.
because they're all
Board of
new.
Education.
So they're all new and therefore would have to go through the process, and that too could be a problem.
So we'll
Got
see.
it.
Mhm.
And if I can interject,
Mhm.
in the past, the commission has asked DCAS to prioritize the agencies that need the training in order to be in compliance. However, since the training is now being broken up in this way, I think what we need to consider is whether the agency having their EO person on a training plan, on a schedule, will be sufficient for, to find the EO officer
They can wire.
having sufficient training. Because we can't, wait that whole time, it's 6 months.
Dumb question. Has DCAS considered putting it online?
That's a question for DCAS. I know that they do have, you know something? It's really a question for DCAS.
Well, can't we ask that question? I mean,
Sure.
Because
It's something
we have
to
an
look
interest
into.
in having people complete it, and if what they've done is to break it down into pieces to extend the time, that will run contrary to our schedule. Is there some way for it to be
Yes.
placed online? I know the problem is, does the person really watch it, but you can deal with that with questions and the person will either answer it.
Yeah, I've been in touch with Danielle Barrett, who's in charge of the EO training. Her feeling is that the complete processing part has been getting short shrift, and it's one reason they broke it up. That it really requires a skill set that takes 2 full in-person days, but the other things online, and I told them what our dilemma is here, that we have agencies that need to be in compliance with this. Yes, we can further discuss that.
Why don't we see whether we can, in some way, so that we meet both requirements. One is to get them trained, but the second is to do it in a timely fashion.
So from the compliance point of view, I guess I have only one other statistic of all, counting all corrective actions that need to be implemented of all 20 agencies. The statistic I've come up with is that 23% of them are implemented. So about 75% need to be implemented.
I know I'm being over legal, and I know I'm being crazy, okay? But page 1, underutilized,
Mhm.
blacks and police.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I would want this to get into the hands of a litigating attorney.
Well,
So,
I agree, I didn't,
and
I don't wanna.
so I'm sort of sitting here saying,
I
I know
agree.
you need it, and I know we need it for, but that's just sort of stark, saying that it's under, and the statistics say it, so I'm not saying anything that someone couldn't approve, but you just shortcut it so easily for someone who wants to use it. See, here's the EDBC with its finding.
Mhm.
I don't know how else you can do it, but I'm super.
Yeah, I don't normally circulate this, I just.
Yes,
I
this,
know,
this is,
you know,
this
I
is
agree
actually
though.
an internal document
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
never gone past Janet's hands until,
Just now.
Yeah,
I'm giving
so
my
I-
copy back to you to be shredded. But
Okay.
I am,
I'm taking
I
mine
am
to the New York
sensitive.
Times.
No, but what I will tell you.
No, it is stark, yes, thank you.
Is that,
It's very strong.
as you know, in our preliminary determinations, we do examine and bring the C's data to the
I know,
attention of the agency.
but that's, this is without
This is
anything beyond.
glanceable,
This is really.
Someone needed something to do.
Oh,
Yeah. Actually, when you said legal commissioner, that brought up something else, with compliance. I think we have, it's oblique, but we have a jurisdictional, challenge, from, New York City Housing Authority. And I say it's oblique, but they have, a corrective action, or will have a corrective action for performance evaluations. it's hard to understand what's going on. They say they're doing them informally, but they can't really do them formally because they have collective bargaining agreements that prohibit them from formalizing anything. I have no idea what that means, but this is one thing where the state law is very clear that they are bound by the New York City personnel rules. And they draw from our civil service list and
Their collective bargaining agreements can't be any different than the building construction, the New York City Construction Authority. What union could they possibly have that the construction authority doesn't have?
well, this is why the final determination is a little late. We want to nip this in the bud, saying this sounds, the response to this is so muddy and confusing, and they verbally have raised jurisdiction. They said they don't need to send us an annual plan, it's none of our business. And they said, we have to deal with unions, we can't comply with your requirements. It seems to boil down to this one performance evaluation thing, where their response is unclear, and they really are making a jurisdictional argument here. So,
We've had this before.
right, so
Right, we have.
rather than say we'll deal with this during the compliance period, we have to discuss it further, but we're tempted to just put out the law. Tell us why this doesn't apply to you. Tell us, how does that sound? Just nip it in the bud, or
Yeah.
nip it in the bud, okay, rather than
Fine,
we'll deal with it
You
later.
wanna see where in in their collective agreement they
Right.
get out of it. I can't believe they do, because the school construction has to have the same unions. I mean, building a school is the same as building housing, unless I missed something.
It's, well,
They're
as-
bricklayers,
Yeah, as
they're
actually,
electricians.
the fact is that the state public housing law requires housing authorities to follow the personnel rules of the municipality where they are. So this is the New York City Housing Authority, so they're required to follow the personnel rules and regulations of the city of New York. So that's our position and our understanding. If they have another, we've
But that's what
Open it up.
they're talking about, collective bargaining agreements. I don't understand how the collective bargaining agreements that they follow are any different than the school construction authority. So
Well,
I'm missing
yeah.
something.
But now, so we will get further information, but that kind of clarifies why that agency is not on here. So, so for the agencies that, sorry to cut you off, but for the agencies that
Okay.
have completed, well, you mentioned would have completed compliance,
Mhm.
and then the agencies for resolution, would you like to,
Oh, I'm not.
okay, actually, what I'd like
I'm
to
not
just mention to you, I'm sorry?
Yeah, I can't present agencies for resolution to
Okay.
the law department.
Well, what I wanted to point out to you, or just so you know, or as you know, we added the Manhattan Community Boards, and 12 community boards. They have completed compliance, all of the Manhattan Community Boards. And as you know, we hold the community boards to a different standard than the other agencies. We hold them to be sure that they're following and they're promoting and promulgating their current their borough president's EEO policy. And so that's where we are with the community boards and the New York City Law Department. So you now have the
Will
resolutions.
someone please, well, I'll do it. I move that resolution 2017/213/349, Community Board 16, Community Board 9. Resolution 2017-213-351-C17, Community Board 11. Resolution 2017/213-025, C18, the Law Department. Community Board, Resolution 217/213-347, Class C-19, Manhattan Community Board 7. Resolution 2017/213/341, C-20, Manhattan Community Board Number 1. Resolution 2017/213-350-C-21, Manhattan Community Board Number 10. Resolution 2017/213/352-C-22, Manhattan Community Board Number 12. Resolution 2017/213-343-323, Manhattan Community Board Number 3. Resolution 217/213-345-C-24, Manhattan Community Board Number 5. Resolution 217/213-342-C-25, Manhattan Community Board Number 2, all be approved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
4B, compliance resolution has been approved. Want to talk about agencies currently being monitored, or have we already done that?
Yeah, it's really.
Okay.
So with these resolutions, to date, EPC has 25 agencies that have completed audit and compliance process.
So by the end of the year, we will have more.
Yes.
We will have met our mandate.
And probably exceeded.
There being no other issues on our agenda,
No, it's no.
I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
We did the fund determination.
We are adjourned at 10:18. Well, that's what that clock said.
That's a clock to go by.
Thank you.
And thank you, Dorothy.
Are we off the screen?
No, there's
We're
a
off.
camera.